Fighter jets are like the guard dogs of a country's airspace, always alert and ready to defend at a moment's notice. They represent the first line of defense against any threat that might approach from above, and their presence alone can be enough to make potential adversaries think twice before taking any aggressive action. These incredible machines are fast, agile, and packed with advanced technology. Designed to outmaneuver and outgun any opponent, fighter jets are built to protect a nation from attack, whether it comes from the sky or the ground. Their speed and power allow them to respond quickly to emergencies, making them an essential part of any country's defense strategy. Fighter jets can intercept enemy planes before they reach their targets, bomb strategic locations on the ground, and even gather crucial intelligence by flying high above enemy territory. Their versatility means they can be used in a wide range of missions, from defending airspace to supporting ground troops and conducting surveillance operations. But just like any other piece of military hardware, fighter jets don't stay cutting edge forever. Over time, they become outdated as new threats emerge and technology advances. What was once state-of-the-art can quickly become obsolete, unable to keep up with the demands of modern warfare. That's why nations invest heavily in research and development, constantly working to create newer, more advanced jets. These next-generation aircraft are equipped with the latest avionics, stealth technology, and weaponry, giving them a significant edge in any conflict. Engineers and scientists are always pushing the boundaries to ensure their country's air force remains a step ahead. To stay safe and maintain a strong defense, countries must regularly upgrade their air forces. This means not only acquiring new jets but also training pilots and ground crews to operate and maintain these sophisticated machines. Keeping up with the latest advancements in aviation technology is crucial for national security. A modern, well-equipped air force can deter aggression from other countries simply by existing. It sends a clear message. Any attack will be met with a swift and powerful response, and if a conflict does break out, these jets can respond rapidly, providing air support, defending territory, and helping to secure victory. Without a strong air force, however, a country is left exposed and vulnerable. Its skies become open to attack, and its people are put at risk. The absence of modern fighter jets can leave a nation struggling to defend itself in times of crisis. It's kind of like leaving your front door unlocked in a dangerous neighborhood. You might hope nothing bad happens, but you're taking a huge risk with your safety and security. In the end, having a strong fleet of fighter jets isn't just about showing off military power. It's about protecting a nation's people, its borders, and its way of life. It's a responsibility that no country can afford to ignore. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is not just any fighter jet. It's the result of decades of innovation, engineering, and international collaboration. Designed to be the most advanced multi-role combat aircraft in the world, the F-35 represents the cutting edge of military aviation technology. With its sleek, angular design, the F-35 is built for stealth, making it nearly invisible to enemy radar. Its powerful engine allows it to reach supersonic speeds, while its advanced avionics and sensor suite give pilots an unprecedented view of the battlefield. The jet is packed with technology that allows it to gather, process, and share information faster than any previous generation of fighter. The F-35 was envisioned as a true game-changer in air combat, capable of dominating the skies in both offensive and defensive roles. Its agility and maneuverability make it a formidable opponent in dogfights, while its ability to strike targets from long distances gives it a strategic edge. Thanks to its stealth features, the F-35 can slip past enemy defenses undetected, carrying out missions that would be impossible for older jets. Its electronic warfare systems can jam enemy radar and communications, while its precision-guided weapons ensure that it can hit targets with pinpoint accuracy. It's no wonder that both Canada and Portugal were initially captivated by the F-35's promise. For these nations, the jet symbolized not just military strength but also a commitment to modernizing their air forces and maintaining a technological edge. For Canada, with its vast and often remote airspace stretching from the Pacific to the Atlantic and deep into the Arctic, the F-35 offered a way to project power and respond quickly to any potential threat. The jet's long range and advanced sensors seemed perfect for patrolling and defending the country's immense territory. Portugal, as a dedicated NATO member, saw the F-35 as a way to strengthen its role within the alliance. The jet's interoperability with other NATO air forces would allow Portugal to participate seamlessly in joint operations and exercises, reinforcing its commitment to collective defense. At first glance, the F-35 seemed like the obvious choice for both countries, a leap into the future of air combat, promising unmatched capabilities and a technological advantage that would last for decades. But as the years passed, and the realities of cost, maintenance, and evolving defense needs set in, both Canada and Portugal began to question whether the F-35 was truly the right fit for their unique requirements. Canada's decision to reconsider the F-35 wasn't based on any specific flaw with the jet itself. Instead, it really came down to changing priorities and budget considerations. The F-35 is an expensive aircraft to purchase and maintain, and some critics argued that the cost of the F-35 program was just unsustainable. Additionally, Canada's defense needs were evolving. While air superiority remained important, there was a growing need to focus on domestic security and Arctic surveillance. The F-35, while a formidable fighter, was not necessarily the best fit for these tasks. So, Canada began to look for a more versatile and cost-effective solution. They needed an aircraft that could handle a variety of missions without breaking the bank. Portugal's concerns about the F-35 were more about reliability and political considerations. The F-35 program had been plagued by delays and cost overruns, and there were also concerns about the United States' willingness to share sensitive technology with its allies. Moreover, Portugal was keen on strengthening its ties with other European nations. There was a growing sense that Europe needed to become more self-reliant in defense matters. Choosing a European-made fighter jet would be a step in that direction. Portugal's decision was driven by a desire for greater autonomy and a belief in the importance of European cooperation. The Gripen, a Swedish-made fighter, emerged as a potential alternative. The Saab JAS-39 Gripen is a multi-role fighter jet produced by Swedish aerospace company Saab. It's smaller and lighter than the F-35, but, don't let its size fool you. The Gripen is a highly capable aircraft with some impressive features. One of the Gripen's biggest selling points is its affordability. It's significantly cheaper to purchase and operate than the F-35. This makes it an attractive option for countries with smaller defense budgets. The Gripen is also designed for ease of maintenance. It can operate from short runways and austere airfields, making it highly adaptable. Saab, the Gripen's manufacturer, believes that the jet is the ideal choice for countries like Canada and Portugal. They argue that the Gripen offers a perfect balance of capability, affordability, and technological sophistication. So, the Gripen has really been gaining traction in the international market. It's no longer just a niche product for smaller nations, you know? In recent years, Saab has actually secured some significant deals with countries like Colombia and Thailand. Colombia chose the Gripen to replace its aging Kfir fighters, and honestly that deal was a major win for Saab. It really demonstrated the Gripen's appeal to countries looking for a modern and cost-effective air defense solution. Thailand, which has been a long-time operator of American-made F-16s, also opted for the Gripen to modernize its air force. These successes have definitely bolstered Saab's confidence in the Gripen's capabilities, and they now see the jet as a serious contender in the global fighter jet market. Portugal actually has a pretty long and fascinating history with the F-16 Fighting Falcon, a relationship that stretches back to the early 1990s. When Portugal first acquired these jets, it marked a significant leap forward for the country's air force, bringing it in line with NATO standards and giving it a modern, multi-role fighter that could handle a wide range of missions. Over the years, the F-16 became the backbone of Portugal's air defense, participating in numerous training exercises, international missions, and even NATO air policing operations. The aircraft quickly proved its worth, and Portuguese pilots developed a deep familiarity with its capabilities and quirks. They've been operating upgraded F-16s for years now, investing in avionics, weapon systems, and structural improvements to keep the fleet relevant. These upgrades allowed the jets to remain competitive with newer aircraft, and ensured that Portugal could continue to fulfill its commitments to NATO and its own national defense. The modernization programs also provided valuable experience for Portuguese engineers and technicians, who became adept at integrating new technology into older airframes. However, maintaining an aging fleet of aircraft can get really challenging and expensive. As the years went by, the cost of spare parts, specialized maintenance, and regular upgrades started to add up. The older the jets got, the more time and resources were needed just to keep them airworthy. This put a strain on Portugal's defense budget, and forced the Air Force to make some tough decisions about the future of its fighter fleet. Portugal found itself in a spot where it needed to either invest heavily in upgrading its existing F-16S or look for a replacement. The government and military leadership had to weigh the benefits of sticking with a familiar platform against the rising costs and the risk of falling behind technologically. This was a pivotal moment for the Portuguese Air Force, as the decision would shape its capabilities for decades to come. To help with some of that pressure, Portugal ended up selling some of its F-16S to Romania. This move not only provided Romania with much-needed fighter jets to modernize its own air force, but also allowed Portugal to reduce the size of its fleet and focus its resources on maintaining a smaller number of aircraft at a higher standard. The transfer was a win-win, strengthening ties between the two countries and supporting NATO's collective defense goals. This deal helped reduce the burden of maintaining such a large fleet, but it also highlighted the need for a long-term solution for Portugal's Air Force. With fewer jets to manage, the Air Force could concentrate on keeping the remaining F-16S in top condition, but everyone knew this was only a temporary fix. The question of what would eventually replace the F-16S loomed larger than ever. The experience with its F-16S has given Portugal some valuable insights into the challenges of operating and maintaining a fleet of fighter jets. From the importance of regular upgrades to the realities of budget constraints, Portuguese defense planners have learned firsthand what it takes to keep a modern air force flying. These lessons have shaped their thinking as they look to the future. These hard-earned lessons have definitely factored into Portugal's decision to consider the Saab Gripen as a potential replacement. The Gripen promises lower operating costs, easier maintenance and advanced technology, qualities that directly address the challenges Portugal faced with its aging F-16S. As Portugal weighs its options, its long journey with the F-16 continues to influence every step toward the next generation of fighter jets. The Gripen and the F-35 are both capable fighter jets, but honestly they have pretty different strengths and weaknesses. The F-35 is a stealthy, fifth-generation fighter designed for high-end combat. It's absolutely packed with advanced technology, but, it comes at a pretty steep price. The Gripen, on the other hand, is a more affordable and versatile aircraft. It might not have the F-35's stealth capabilities, but it's definitely no slouch when it comes to combat performance. The Gripen is highly maneuverable and equipped with a sophisticated electronic warfare suite. The choice between the two really comes down to a country's specific needs and budget constraints. The decisions facing Canada and Portugal are, pretty significant. Choosing a new fighter jet is a long-term commitment that will shape the future of their air forces for decades to come. Opting for the Gripen would mean prioritizing affordability and European cooperation. It would also mean aligning themselves with a growing number of countries that see the Gripen as a viable alternative to more expensive American-made jets. On the other hand, choosing the F-35 would mean maintaining close ties with the United States and acquiring a cutting-edge, albeit costly, fighter jet. The world is definitely watching to see which path these two nations will choose. Their decisions will have ripple effects throughout the global defense industry and beyond.